I like it. I'll tell you what, I like the move. This is a very smart move by the Daily Wire. You got to remember, it's not Ben Shapiro anymore. He made his decision. Organizations protect themselves. And when they have a contract with you, they will immediately do this. Now, Glenn, the truth is enough.
When Patrick Bet-David said that Chris Cuomo was going to be hired on with his crew, I don't know exactly where that's at, but I see him on the show, so I guess he got hired on because I've seen Chris Cuomo doing other stuff too, so maybe it's just like a part-time thing or I don't know what it is. But he's on there, and I said, hold on a second. If PBD sees something in Chris Cuomo, there's something to be seen there. And if it doesn't work, then they'll just part ways. But we're going to talk about the Daily Wire, though, with this. Candace Owens, Daily Wire, through the lens of Chris Cuomo in the segment with Patrick Bet-David. Chris Cuomo's actually really good. I mean, I think he's very good on here. I mean, I understand that there's problems with him, and he was problematic on CNN, but let's take it up here. This is if you don't know the beef, you should know the beef. Candace Owens left Daily Wire basically because talking about a country 7,000 miles away. Then they were going to debate about that country 7,000 miles away, Ben Shapiro and Candace Owens. Then all of a sudden it fell apart. Me and everybody else was like, where is it at? Where are we going? So you probably already know that. But somebody replied on my channel, and thank you, I got to get who that was, and said, because we talked about Charlie Kirk too. You see, this is crazy. And Charlie Kirk started a website in secret for that country 7,000 miles away and said, basically, I'm good with you. My allegiance is with you, paraphrasing. Candace is her own woman. But then that person told me that Candace unfollowed Charlie Kirk. I don't know what's going on. I haven't confirmed that. I'm still looking into it, but that's how wild this is getting. Let's get to Chris Cuomo.
So what do you think about that?
Okay, I like it. I'll tell you what, I like the move. This is a very smart move by the Daily Wire. You got to remember, it's not Ben Shapiro anymore. He made his decision. Organizations protect themselves. And when they have a contract with you, they will immediately do this. Now, Glenn, the truth is enough.
So when he says he likes what the Daily Wire did, I'm trying to understand why that is. I think he's just coming from the standpoint of to protect the Daily Wire. And me, I don't care about the Daily Wire, so I wouldn't have the same perspective. So if you hear him say that and it's kind of off-putting, I don't know where he's going to go. I have not seen this whole thing yet. So we'll see where he goes. But I think he cares about the Daily Wire. I don't. So we're not going to see it the same way.
Glenn doesn't have to say they went in secret. Arbitration is what it is. You know what I mean? It's in your contract. So it's not like they're sneaking around. But so, he doesn't need that drama to it. But the reality is you're saying one thing to me, but now you got your boys exercising a right on my contract. And you have to look at the reason why, okay? The Daily Wire doesn't believe that Shapiro wins the debate with Candace Owens.
You think they believe that?
100. Otherwise, there's no reason to do it.
Wow.
If this is working for you, you let it go, right? Because the theory is Vinny and Patrick get sideways, and you believe that you got sideways with him for good reason. You want people to know. Yeah, good. Let Vinny talk about why we got sideways. Good. Everyone's going to understand why we did what we did. Mm-hmm. That's what Ben Shapiro has been saying. Everybody's going to understand that Candace.
Chris Cuomo would know. He would definitely know.
So,
if you don't remember, he went sideways when he left CNN.
Owens has positions that are not just incorrect, but morally wrong in a way that Ben Shapiro says matters. He's not just another corporate guy. It's not just another company now. But in fact, it is just another company. And the company decided we lose if he goes toe-to-toe with Candace Owens. So shut her up. And they have the right to do it because of the contract.
You think there was a meeting where they sat down and...
I absolutely agree. That's great analysis, and I absolutely agree. I don't agree with the good or bad, but he's looking at it through the lens of the company is all it is. They obviously... I don't know who sat down with what, but obviously those are the kind of the factors that are in play here.
And are you saying like a Ben prompting saying, I don't want to do this debate? Do you think it's a Jeremy thing saying we shouldn't do this debate? Is it that type of a conversation? Or is it like something everybody's thinking nobody wants to say to hurt someone's ego? So they're like, look, we got to do this and we got to protect the company. You think it's second?
I think it's this guy.
Okay.
I think it's the super smart guy who's sitting on the outside.
Vinny is who you're talking about.
Yeah, he's the face and the scent. I mean, he's distractingly good smelling.
Yeah.
Like I can't make a point.
You're talking about Tom. Vinny is not, but he's technically.
Tom is sitting and listening, being like, "Oh yeah, this is great drama." I represent the organization, which is now a huge organization with a lot of investors putting money into us. We lose on this. Shut her down. And that's what they're doing. And now Candace has to make a decision. She has to now listen to her representative saying, well, what's my exposure? Because in terms of the argument, I feel like, well, no, let's go. Let's take the gloves off. Let's see who's who. And she's going to have someone like me, you know, a lawyer, say to her, no, we lose. We have in our contract an arbitration clause. They've gone in there. We lost the argument on whether or not we can talk about the proceedings. So they're going to sanction you, and it's going to hurt you in the process of what our separation is.
So this is where Ben Shapiro's credibility gets hurt, because he's known for arguing the college students, and he's saying, "Oh well, I'm a heavyweight. I can argue against Destiny or not. That's a fake debate. Now it wasn't a real debate." He can't take on Candace Owens. So now he made it look like he wanted to. He said, "Let's do it tomorrow." You see what I mean? And then now he's backed out, so he tries to keep his credibility like, I'm not afraid of anybody else. But he really does beat up on, figuratively speaking, college students. So what do you want me to look at you now, Shapiro? How do I look at you with respect now? I've been watching some of his segments, and I think it's affecting him. It's not, he doesn't have the same punch to him.
On substance or on policy? Meaning, I've never seen Ben Shapiro lose a debate. This guy knows what he's talking about.
Oh, I've seen him lose.
Especially
Lots of
Israel.
debates.
Really?
Oh, yeah. He says a lot of things that are just overstating propositions, especially.
You don't think Candace does that?
Oh, 100%. Look, that's the job.
Yeah, exactly.
If you want to be a provocateur, if you want to be an outrage machine, you're going to stretch. No question about it.
And she's amazing, by the way.
I think that she is a very talented.
She's gonna whoop you next time.
Person.
Beat your ass, homie.
She can bring it.
my girl.
I have no problem with her bringing
She's very, very good.
it, especially when it's in good faith. Look, the problem for Ben Shapiro is this. He's been very quiet, okay? That's the first tell. This is not a quiet guy. This is very personal to him. His faith is the center of his person, and that's fine. He is defending controversial propositions, okay? They are not controversial to him. I get it. But what he has done is allowed something that's supposed to be personal to become about business. And I think that that's going to be a bad look for him.
So you know what this analogy.
That's it, man. I just want to give you that little clip there. We've been talking about it quite a bit, but I think that was a different perspective. And Chris Cuomo is excellent. I think he's absolutely excellent. Great addition for PBD. PBD, you can see him working. The show's it's not interesting when everybody's the same. You got to have different perspectives. You don't even need it's not a debate. You don't need heated debate. You just need somebody who has a different perspective, and that's what he brings to the table. Website, middlemaga.com. Make sure you go there, put your email in at the top right. Let me know what you think about Chris. I mean, this is kind of almost more about Chris Cuomo for me, because I like the perspective he added. I think he's actually good for the show, for the Daily Wire, too. A lot of people are interested in that. Let me know what you think.
Middle MAGA.